Morning, Twitch. Got up a little early before work today. Decided I wanted to do some work in Oxygen Included, getting ready for our next um, adventure. So, figured why not stream it so that we can show it off to the world. We have been experimenting with some different things here in our chill zone. We've gotten it so that the crops are doing all right. Still don't have quite enough dirt, but we're working on that. But we were trying to put in a second aqua tuner to chill off the petroleum, because what we had been doing before was the liquid coolant radiator was going through here and then coming over here. So basically all it was doing was taking the heat from the petroleum and then dropping it into the plants. So it wasn't working. Problem is that I thought, why not just put in a second aqua tuner? I put it underneath one of the steam turbines. Didn't think about it, but that's not going to work. The steam turbine flashes the steam, or water to steam, and it gets sucked up into the turbine, so the aqua tuner is sitting in vacuum for split seconds. And that means that it's not transferring heat to anything. It just overheats itself and then destroys itself. So we're going to shift this stuff down a little bit so we have space for the aqua tuner on the other side of the turbines. But it just means making some extra space for our ladder. Let me think. So if I move this down, actually, I need to move that down 2 blocks. Would like to really like to keep that ladder there. So all I really need to do is 2 blocks like this. That should be okay. And then we're going to deconstruct these 2 blocks so we can get down in there, and this one. Oh, we have that oil to deal with. That oil was because we did not turn off this bottle emptier. So a little bit of oil spilled over into our petroleum tank. And it was more than I could actually handle, so that oil actually spread all the way across here. That's alright. That's going to be oil anyway. But that just points out to me that this is not going to work, because once we get slicksters in there, that oil is going to back pressure up into here. So we need a block right here. I think there was supposed to be one there anyway. I probably deconstructed it when I removed something else. No worries. So let's get rid of this and this. Temporarily, we'll get rid of this. This. That way they can get down. This can go too. Okay, so then we'll put in some temporary blocks to shift this water over. Okay, that's all done, so we can get rid of the buildings up there. Actually, no. Let's do. Because those are going to be permanent. Oh, that's flashing on and off because the power level is turning these on. Eventually that will hit. If these are all full and now we're outputting the excess petroleum into here, eventually we will hit a backlog in pressure and this will turn on, which will turn on the petroleum generators to burn all the time. And then we will see if that keeps up with the backlog. We may need to add some petroleum generators. Deconstruct. Deconstruct. Temporary block. Good morning, Maxine. Really? That's the best spot for you to sit right now? It is? Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to argue with you. I don't want to put that back in yet, so I want to fix these pipes. So let's do that beforehand. So that could be like this. And these should be like this. That's what we'll. And then we need insulating pipes on this side. Okay, so now we can get rid of this block. At the same time, we can put in these blocks. Which means we're going to need to put ladders here so we can get up and down. Otherwise, Waylander's going to be stuck. Okay. So I can reconnect those cables once they're in, so let's seal that up. This and new printables. I'm going to keep checking this as often as I remember it because we are still looking for slicksters to come through. All right, everybody. That's a problem. All right, I should get through it. That's fine. I was trying to put a block here temporarily, get that water to come back in and flash to steam. Looks like this water is now cool enough, so it's not doing that. So they're not growing because they don't have dirt, but their temperature's fine. These are growing just fine. So if the temperature keeps dropping, they won't be. So I think I need to turn this up a couple degrees. Okay, so that means, how do I want to do this? Yeah, let's get rid of this block. This block can get turned to insulated. Eventually this will all be sealed up once I have everything worked out in it. So we won't have to deal with this water issue and lock stuff. So, okay, so that's good there. Um, I think what I'm gonna do is go like this. I think that'll be enough to cool it. Do the same on this side. Toby's in some kind of personal hell inside here. Yeah, that's true. They got atmosuits. They can handle it. Oh, there's Toby. Thank you for pointing it out. I swear, if you don't pay attention every second, they will find a way to kill themselves. No, she's fine now. Thank you for pointing it out for me. I'm pretty sure too, because some of my funniest moments in Oxygen Not Included have involved duplicates just being duplicates. It also seems like the kind of thing they would do. Oh, alright. Now I can put tile back there. I'm gonna delete this for a second. It's possible. What did you stream? I'm not sure. Okay, so I need to add a power line. Just bring this straight up like this. Actually, no. Let's bring this around this way. And then we're going to bring this over this way. Yeah, I'm not sure. But it's cool that you're getting back into it. It's a fun game. I just got back into it when Spaced Out DLC came in, so there's a lot of new stuff for me. And you know, I'm derping my way through it. But that's the fun, you know. There's plenty of people that are, you know, quote unquote experts at it. I'd just like to mess around, figure this stuff out as I go. See, it's fine that these wall cables come through. They've been handling it fine. I think I have them steel. I can make them steel if I need to. In fact, let's do that now so I don't forget. Oh, those don't really need to be steel, but it's fine. I've got plenty of steel. Okay, so that's powered up. I'm going to cut this off here. Oh, it's such a mess. I'm just messing around with this coolant system while I wait for slicksters to come out of my printing pod because I accidentally got rid of all the ones down the oil biome. I may just give up on that and head off to the other asteroids, and when I find some, bring them back. I'm just going to get rid of all of this. Actually, no, that's... Yeah, let's get rid of this. And then this I want to pull all the way across like this. So I can get rid of this. Give me a little more space to work with. That's how I've always played. Yeah, I mess around with stuff and then I knock my cable loose. And then I end up restarting before I make it past that point. But this run, I'm trying to get all the achievements, which involves going off to some of the other asteroids. So we'll see how it goes. So let's put in... I don't need them for that, but my petroleum generators are creating a ton of carbon dioxide, so I'm going to farm up some slicksters to get more oil out of them and just create a loop so that the oil can become more petroleum. I set up the boiler last YouTube episode I did, and I have plenty of oil coming in down here, so I don't need them for the oil, but they're an infinite food source from the carbon dioxide, so it's one of my things I want to do. Plus, I need to raise them for my achievement. So I could just take all this CO2 and pump it off into infinite storage, but what's the point of having, 4 million grams per tile of CO2 if you're not going to turn it into something? Yeah, I haven't done any of the other map types yet. It'd be interesting when I get into those. They were just, when I last played, they were just starting to roll out different, like starting biomes and different map types. It was a pretty simple game. So it's interesting to see all the new stuff in the game. They have definitely been one to keep adding stuff, which I like. Okay, so this has to go like this. This gets clipped. This gets clipped. So this loop is stopped because... Why? Oh, because I cut it off up here. So I think what I'm going to do... Let's just reconnect it for now. I think I'm going to move the turbine cooling over to this other loop. Basically, our goal here is to have 2 different cooling loops run off of 2 different aqua tuners because I want to add extra heat into here because I'm trying to use this boiler for many purposes. Yeah. It is funny that it is a special plant in the fact that it is, in fact, the only plant in the game that operates like, plants do. Nope. Printing pod is ready. Nothing. All right, this loop's going again. So basically, I'm going to have one loop over here cooling down the farms, which aren't going to be here too long anyway. And then another loop over here trying to cool down this ridiculously hot petroleum. But I don't want them to be on the same loop because it was too complicated. I had too much heat transferring from the petroleum to the plants, and they were stifling. So, for now, that'll work. Get rid of some of these excess pipes that are left over. But I'm trying to think about how I want to do the loop on this side. Let's get rid of this. I may switch the direction of that. Yeah, let's change this. Let's just take all this out. Yeah, eventually I want to do that too. I'll have like a central area that has a couple of different chill boxes that I run pipes through and everything. And then I'll use like steel doors to transfer the heat more reliably and more accurately. But mostly this was just I had a bunch of little things here that I could mess around with, and why not mess around with it? And again, I'm just waiting for that other stuff to happen, but I probably will finish up with this and get it workable and then head off to the next asteroid to start doing some exploring. That's what my next YouTube episode is supposed to be about, so I want to get prepared for that. Alright, this I actually want to be ceramic because I'm going to cut across this area in here. But that's what this was. I was going to try to turn this into a chill box so that when I pipe out the excess water, it just runs through there just to take a few degrees off it. So I don't need the water to be serviceably cold. I just need it to be slightly more cold than the 90 degrees I get it out of the steam turbine. That's the ironic part. I'm spending hours and hours on this area here. I'm probably going to be ripping most of it out at some point and replacing it. It's just I'm learning a lot from it too because I haven't really done this stuff in a long time or ever for some of it. And rather than go out and find somebody that's already done all these things and copy builds, it's more fun for me to play around and learn it. Utilities, that's what I want. So I want this faced the same way as the one on that side. Which means this power is going onto the wrong side. So then I can put liquid bridge like this. Insulated pipe can come down like this, and then like this. Good deal. Um, this loop finished. Cut that off. Yeah, I actually the one I have on here, I did. I mean, it is a full Rodriguez basically, but I've just built it so many times. I built it without looking at anything, and it has my own little twists on it and stuff. But like some things, it's like you can try to innovate it, but like you're not going to get much better than what's already been done. But obviously, this little section is what is there, and then everything else is super complicated and changed over time. Because I have infinite hydrogen storage and infinite oxygen storage, and I have a cooling loop that runs off the water that comes in that slightly cools down all the gases over here, and it gets pretty ridiculous. Okay, so this is all back to running, and I can cut it off here. That means I have space to work on a loop on this side. And this would be a lot more efficient if I just, instead of messing around with doing all this craziness, just put in one cooler that cooled down two different sides of the water, and then I use the one water to do a loop over here and one over here. But this is kind of goofy and fun. And it's one cooling system that if I can get it to work, great. My auto sweeper's broken. But if I can get it to work, it will handle the steam from the vent. It will cool all of these areas. It will also turn polluted water into dirt. So, nothing wrong with that. It's a big if I can get it to work. And, like, I'll probably end up not using all of the stuff in this system. I'll pull it out and put it into other stuff. But it's something fun to do. Now, why did that overheat up here? Probably because the steam can't make it through because the water was sitting still. So what I need to do is... I don't know what I need to do, to be honest. Let's put this down farther. Oh, it's because polluted oxygen is building up here. That is not helping. But that's because of the water sitting too long. Alright, one problem at a time. I don't know that I even need this sweeper that was up here. This one goes all the way to here. This one goes all the way to there. You know what I could probably do? Let's get rid of this. I may just give up on the idea of having this steam vent in here. And just make it a little less simple. Or less complicated, I mean. Let's get this loop running, and then we'll see. So this goes through here. I need... Let's get rid of this. Need to put in a thermosensor and some automation wire. But so if I'm going to close this off, I need to put the drain from this autosave. Lovely. Need to put the drain from this in here somewhere. I can make that work. Oops. Actually, let's do it like that. And then this pipe will come up through this way. And we'll have it come down like this. Oh, my game is stuttering this morning. What is that line connected to? That's just a dead line that was used to bring water in. Okay, good. So this can be cut off. Then we can do a bridge like that. And that'll finish the loop. So this we want to cool. Let's just do it down to 40 to start. Actually, let's do 30. So this is coming out at 43. It's dropping off some chill into this box. It's going up here. Still staying at 30. But by the time it comes through that petroleum, it's up to 90 degrees. So it'll be warming this up rather quick. So that loop will run more consistently. Oh, that automation wire is going to be a problem. Actually, I guess it wouldn't matter because it's going to be shutting that vent at the same time it's turning off this input. But it's better to just not have it on there because I don't want it controlling that. So let's get rid of this. It should be off anyway, right? Because this is detecting water. Yeah, okay. So now that water will come down here. It'll get dropped off here when this lets it in. So I can seal this. What is that? Let's break in through the top here. Get that cleaned out and close this off from up there. Oh, of course, the steam is still active. I thought it was dormant. Well, one last eruption. Just enough to annoy me. I think everything in here is done, so I'm going to seal this up. Hopefully we don't need to get back in there, but I will leave the liquid lock there just in case we do. What we do need to do is the output for that water, because right now the water has nowhere to go. So we'll do it like this. This pipe has polluted water in it. All right, so we can get rid of that. Then we're going to have this. What is that? Is that an output pipe? No, that's still the nothing. Insulated pipe is the output. Oh, this one needs to be built first, otherwise they can't reach it. Okay, so let's check out this automation. So this is... Hey, thanks for the follow, Jess Jack. So this is below, so this is above 10,000, so that's an off signal. And this is sending an on signal because it's not detecting water, but it's still leaving it off because there's too much pressure and steam in here. So once the steam gets pulled out enough that I can afford to have more water in here, more polluted water gets dropped in, and it will start flashing to steam, and the dirt will form, and then these auto sweepers can reach the hole inside. So wherever it forms, it'll get dropped off into here, and it'll take it off to my dirt storage. So that should work fine. Of course, I just steamed up my whole freaking middle of my base because of that thing still being active, but Ain't no big deal. What a mess. There you go. We can see it picking up the dirt in process. So this side is already nice and cool. This one I think is going to run a lot because I don't think it's going to be near enough to cool down the petroleum. But who knows, over time it might. Before I changed it around, I got it down to 65 degrees, so I don't have any reason to cool the petroleum down other than, hey, why not? Let's see if we can get some cold petroleum. But if I really wanted to, I could tweak this to have the counterflow exchanger cooling down a little more, but it's not necessary. This is already cooled down pretty good. So what's temperature is the polluted water coming out at? 40 degrees. So this is being staying nice and cool because it's mixing with cold liquids. What? How did you get polluted water in my clean tank? Let me deconstruct this so I can put a tile in there and fill that area in. Just for neatness. So this is all cooling down. That's good. Oh, it's getting in the base because I have a tile there that's exposed. I gotta move these incubators to a new system too. Getting that heat out of the base would help. Getting the rest of the base sealed up will help too. I've just been delaying doing too much to the base because before too long I'm going to be moving the base to a whole new area anyway, so it seems kind of pointless. How are my pips down here doing? I just brought these back. They're happy. So I'm getting eggs. I could probably put more pip eggs in. That's in case I get a larva. There's a pip. So this one I could remove because I'm not going to get that until I get it. Maybe we'll get lucky right here. Yeah. I think we're going to have to go to get it from another asteroid. I just need to get this sorted so I can have at least pickled meal to feed the colony. But I don't have enough dirt for it. But between the pit farms, once I get this back up and running, and this farm, I should have plenty of dirt to keep the crops going for a long time. I should also fix this kill chamber because it is not doing the thing. These need to stop putting pinch row in here. Pinch row cannot be drowned. It shouldn't be going in there. Or pokey shells, that's what I mean. And then my duplicates get hurt because they got to kill them. So. But this can't kill the pips either, so I need to change the method for getting rid of extra pips. probably do. So let's get rid of, where is it? Here it is. I don't want pips in here or cuddle pips. I only need one of these in here. I had it in when I was experimenting with stuff earlier. Let's check in on this again. So this is all running good now. Is this gone dormant yet? Yes. So let's get rid of this tile. Still a lot of steam in there that's going to flash the water when I open it, but that's fine. Oops. I just want to clean this out while it's dormant so we can close this back off. It should, if it's going to do what I want it to do, it should do it faster too, because this loop's a lot smaller now. But we'll see. I'm just going to let it keep going. Where is this coming from that it's 84 degrees? Oh, it's just because it's sitting there in the heat, building up heat. That's fine. Hotter it is when it gets in there, the better. In fact, I could probably use that to cool this area down by just putting a couple of gradient tiles there. But it's, I don't know if I want to do that because this is going to sit for a while. Because it only goes in there intermittently when the steam pressure drops. So why is this pipe block? That's a problem. So this is open. Oh, I never connected a pipe from the shutoff to the bridge. Well, that's a problem. That's why the steam is building up at 200 degrees. I better fix that quick. Because these are going to start breaking if I don't cool them down soon. Come on. I don't need that to be ceramic. Whatever. It's already halfway there now. Okay, cool. So now my steam turbines are running again. This area will be cooling off. Problem is that this is set so that if the pressure is above 10,000, then shut this off so that water can't get into the system, because we're trying to get the steam pressure to go down so that we can afford to dump more water in. And then this was blocked off so the water couldn't make its way out. I think that if we're going to seriously try to do some chill here, we're probably going to have to put in a series of doors to transfer the heat across instead of using a radiant coolant method. Because since this is on the same pipe as the one that's cooling the petroleum, it's going to stay hot. We're never going to get this down to freezing temperatures. For now, we'll just let it go, because I'm not too concerned about it. I have so much water over here in our storage that it'll eat that heat up, no problem. It's coming in at 82 degrees. It's going to drop into these tanks, which will keep it cool for a while. And we'll see how this radiator does. Okay, so back to what I was doing down here. I diverted that power line. Let's get rid of this bottom one. So what we're going to do here, is critter sensors. One in here, one above. Is that automation wire too? Oh, that's to the spawn. May move that down just to get it out of my way, or move it up. Yes, Mackin, you can have a couple of treats. Since you asked so nicely by putting your butt right in my face. For now, let's bring this across the top. Actually, no, let's just bring it down, get it out of the way entirely. Oh, this automation can be gone. I don't even use this anymore. So these are not going to reach down in there. So if we're going to have a problem, I may have to put another sweeper in here. Let me think about how I want this automation to be. I want this to be, if the current count is above 7, and this is if the current count is above 0, that'll be fine. For now, let's open this. I'm going to need an N sensor, N gate. Put it just like that. Just do regular water in here. Enable auto bottle. Oh, before we do that, though, get that door open. Maxine, you're in the way. Okay, so then water in here. Why are you biting my hand? I'm gonna lock you in the other room if you don't not stop that. So let me think about this. This sensor is going to say, if anybody's in here, close the door. So then I need a not gate on it. Actually, no. Let me think about how I want to do that. This sensor is going to say if it's above 7, close the door. So as long as it's below 7, leave the door open. That's how I want it to say it. Oh, I need a mechanical door. Open this door. Make that a high priority so it gets done right away. Okay, so this is going to say as long as this door is, as long as there are below 7 critters in this room, that door I want it to always stay open. I may not need the end gate. So we'll connect this here. Yeah, let's get rid of that for now. But as soon as this goes to above 7, so if there are 7 pips in this room, this will let this door close. But we only want it to close if this one detects that there's a pip down here in the bottom. So let's do a NOT gate. So this will send a green signal if it's above 0. So as soon as it's above 0, it will send a red signal. So that means if there's 0 in there, it'll be sending a green signal, leaving the door open, which means the door's open so pips can hop down in. It'll send a red signal as soon as 1's down there. But this door will still stay open unless this output, this critter sensor says, hey, there's more than 7 up here. So right now it stays open because there's not enough. But once we get this population higher, so let's put this on 9. This will set at 20, and we won't set it to auto wrangle anymore. Let's get rid of this water. And then let's sweep this room out. So now once the population in this room becomes more than 7, meaning that the critters won't be happy anymore, if a pip hops down here, it's going to shut this door, which will mean that since it can't, the door will stay shut until he leaves. He will evolve into meat. So we want a sweeper. How do these sweep? These sweepers cover the whole floor. If I move one of them down here, I think I just need to have 3. Power's not an issue. That's fine. So this one will be there specifically because it reaches down to here. So if I move this one down, I could probably do it with that one. Let me try that. Let's do auto sweeper right there. Yeah, that'll cover the whole room plus the bottom of that room. And that'll make it so that the meat gets taken. This just goes off to, this is everything, so it goes to central storage. It's already set to pick up meat, so that's fine. I do not want these on auto harvest. I want the pips eating them. Do I have any more pip eggs? Let's put a monitor on that. I got these 2 incubating. They don't take long, do they? Just 4 cycles. Okay. Hey, I got a slickster larva. Hell yeah. So that means I need to set up a critter trap for them. Guess I should have set this up before since I knew they would be coming. Once I get them trapped, I already have this set to put in slicksters. Already. It's just a matter of getting the trap built and then get the slickster to go into it. What are you doing down there? What you eating? putting out crude oil. Don't do that. Don't mess up my whole system. Why you gotta be a jerk? There we go. Hi, buddy. You gonna make some oil for us? It's a tiny baby. We have to wait for a little while before we get eggs, but let's make sure we have this set up for Schlickster eggs. So as soon as we get them, we'll do it. Let's put a monitor onto that too. We'll probably, as we move the base out of here, we can expand this down and expand it to have another 3 Schlickster farms. I think I'm going to need at least 6 to keep up with the carbon dioxide coming out. Oh my goodness, there's 49 grams of carbon dioxide in this room. This room is super pressurized. And this is with it pumping out carbon dioxide. These are producing a lot more than I expected them to. It's fine. Schlicksters will start getting it taken care of, I think. Oh, did I cut off the irrigation? Oh, hold on. Where are you going? Oh, you're all going in here? Because the frickin' polluted oxygen is in there, right above this tile. I think I need to move this sensor down. Of course I do. Okay, well we knew there'd be problems. For now, this is way full. So stop pumping it in. See if we can get some of this gas to come out. I don't understand why this is overheating though. There's plenty of liquid for it to transfer the heat with. Maybe I missed something? But this definitely needs to be on a lower level. So let's fix that first. Put it over here. This automation wire will move down here, and this one will connect like this. There we go. So what that'll do is it'll make it so that the hydro sensor will always be in water if there's water in this room. Because even if there's an air pocket above it, the water is going to be here. Unless Unless there's an error. We'll just leave it like that for now. That should make it work. So let's put this down again. And this should be, if it's above 0, turn off the system. So now water should not be flowing out in here. That's working again. Seal this back up. I would like to force that gas out of there, but I don't think it's going to transfer because there's too much pressure up here. Let's... I'm just switching this sensor to force water out, even though there's more in there, because then I can get this gas out of the top. We're going to have issues with gas, though, so we needed to move this because we're pumping polluted water in. So unless it immediately flashes to steam, which it's not going to do, the polluted gas is going to put off gas. But I think we should increase this to maximum to make sure that the pressure stays as high as we can get it. Let's put a tile here and here to let the last bit of gases out. Maybe if it doesn't let more liquid in until maybe if it lets it in as soon as this is 20,000, it'll be better, because then there won't be any space for the polluted water to off gas. Maybe. Honestly, it's probably just we're going to end up pulling out the polluted water and creating another system to do it instead of trying to do more than one thing at a time. But it's fun to play around. That's how you learn shit. Okay, so this has no more gas in, so let's put it back to where it should be. All inputs are blocked by water. So once this water heats up enough to turn back into steam, we should be back in business. This will keep running because we are still cooling off the hottest thing in the world. Let's check out this automation. Did this work? No, of course it didn't. How's the current ambient pressure there? 740. It's full. The tile above it is... That's weird. Okay, well that's fine. So this is sending a constant green signal, right? Oh no, this should be... How do I want this to be? I want this to be, as long as it sends a green signal, yeah, if it's below 250, that's fine. That means if it gets any liquid in here more than 250 kilograms, it shuts off the vent so no more can come in, and it sends a constant green signal to the petroleum burn generators to burn off the excess petroleum. And so these should be running constantly full bore. Is this pipe not running fast enough? Maybe that's the issue. Maybe I need to have two lines going up here. Which I could do, no problem. Do it like that. I just want to make sure this doesn't back up, because if this backs up, it'll break the uh, stuff in here, and I definitely do not want that. So let's get that running. Because right now we only have 4 running. How are you doing? You growing up yet? Still a tiny baby. Down here I have... How many in this room now? 4. You all happy? Yep, about to lay some more eggs. That's good. I want 3 of these to be larvae. And then this one I'll make pips. So that I'm incubating 3 at a time. That should be good for now. Overkill, actually, but... Oh, this can't grow because this is here. Okay, so... Yeah, we're just going to have a 3rd one in here. Oh, of course. It's too much power on that line. You son of a bitch. This line... I can connect some more power on this line. So let's do that. Clip that. And then that means this line will have enough to do that. And so any meat that gets made down here will get dropped off. This get reconnected? Yeah, okay. That doesn't even run pretty much anyway, so. This gas vent's not even hooked up to anything, so it can go. So this is still heating up, right? Yep, 67 now.